guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do another body armor test, but this time we're going to do a test with the 7.62 by 25mm Tokarev. The reason we're doing this test is because recently I posted a video where I used this handy dandy little 9mm AP round. It's an ABC 9mm load, and I fired it into this threat level 2A body armor from Spartan Armor Systems, and it punched clean through it. Reading the comments, you guys asked about the 7.62 by 25 and asked if I could do another test and fire it into the body armor, which is what we're going to do today. The gun that I'm going to use to launch the projectile is this beautiful Circle 11 Polish Tokarev pistol that I picked up from AEM Surplus. I got an email from them recently. I'm on their email list that said they got them in stock, so I placed my order online. And while I did that, I also picked up some PPU ammunition, which is what we're going to be shooting today. Now, some of you guys had mentioned that if I was going to do this test, I would need to use military surplus ammunition. As you probably know, if you follow the 7.62 by 25mm cartridge, that's rather hard to come by these days, so we're going to be forced to use some of this commercial ammunition. Regardless, I think it'll make for an interesting test. So let's head out to the range and do a little bit of shooting and see what happens with the 7.62 by 25 with the Threat Level 2A body armor. The Tokarev is a great Cold War era handgun. It was used by the Russians and a number of communist Soviet satellite states. The pistol was replaced in service by the 9x18 Makarov cartridge, and this pistol kind of went out of service, but it's still a neat surplus handgun that you can pick up, in this case for $249.95 from AEM Surplus. When I got the email blast about this pistol, I also noticed that AEM Surplus had the Romanian versions of these pistols available as well. This one was manufactured in Poland. It's a little bit more expensive, has the Circle 11 on the top of the handgun, and about the only thing that makes it non-military standard is the fact it has this manual safety on it, which has to be installed to satisfy U.S. import laws. The handguns are kind of odd in the ergonomics department. You can see it sits rather high in your hand. The 7.62 by 25mm cartridge is a hot rod. It can launch an 85 or 90 grain projectile at around 1,300 feet per second. It's a very hot rod cartridge. It can produce a muzzle flash like you wouldn't believe with military surplus ammunition, but despite all that, it's a very mild handgun to shoot. It doesn't generate much recoil. But it should do fairly well against the Threat Level 2A body armor if rumors are true. I'm looking forward to finding out if it will actually make it through that armor. Let's do some shooting. One round is 7.62 by 25mm. It stopped it. Yep. It stopped it. Really doesn't look like it did much more damage than a 9mm. No penetration at all. Well, that's no fun. Let's hit it again. Hit it a couple more times in the same spot, see what happens. All right, here we go with a couple more rounds of 7.62 by 25 to see how much it's going to take to get through that body armor. Going to hit it in the exact same spot. Take a look. 2 rounds, made it through, punched right through. Let's clear the weapon really quick. All right, so that actually did it. Second round hit within about a ½ inch of the first round. Made it in, and it looks like shot this torso so many times. Holy cow. It went all the way through. It cleared good 9 inches of ballistics gel on that second round. Pretty interesting. I got one more thing I want to try. I think you guys will find interesting. See that? It just closed itself. To highlight the absurdity of U.S. law regarding armor-penetrating handgun ammunition, I'm going to take a standard 5.56 ball round. It's just a 55 grain M193 ball round. I'm going to fire it out of an AR-15 pistol with an 8-inch barrel. Now, this is not armor-piercing ammunition. However, when you fire it out of a 5.56 caliber pistol, it will most likely defeat, I'm going to go ahead and give you a spoiler here, it will defeat this level 2A body armor. So the fact that the U.S. government wants to restrict the sale of armor-piercing handgun ammunition is absolutely silly, given many handguns out there in 5.56, 7.62x39, and other rifle calibers can easily punch through body armor, and they're technically handguns. Watch this. All right. Well, that blew the armor plate right off. So you can see the round hit right here, and it came right through the other side. Didn't even slow down, easily cleared the ballistics gel. It hit so hard and so fast, it didn't even really deform the body armor in any noticeable way. So 5.56, 7.62x39, pretty much any rifle caliber fired out of a pistol will defeat body armor. So having laws governing 9mm 40-45 ACP armor-piercing rounds, in my opinion, pretty asinine. Cool test, though. While we're on the subject of armor-piercing ammunition, I want to dispel a myth or a rumor. Some ranges won't allow you to shoot steel-cased ammunition like Wolf in their range, and they'll give you the reason for that as being they're concerned that the mild steel jacket on the bullet will damage their traps, which are made of steel. The truth of the matter is the mild steel jacket on a bullet, in this case Wolf ammunition, there's almost zero chance that bullet's actually going to damage the trap. It's certainly not going to punch a hole in it like some would have you believe. The reason you don't want to use steel-cased ammunition or steel-jacketed ammunition on indoor ranges is because when that bullet comes into contact with a steel trap, it can cause a spark. That spark can start a fire. The reason it can start a fire is because when you fire guns on an indoor range, not all the powder burns when the cartridge ignites. A lot of unburnt powder makes it out of the barrel and onto the floor in front of the firing line. That bullet sparking can cause that unburnt powder residue to ignite. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm just going to sweep up a little bit of this powder residue on the floor here and put it in this pan. Now we're going to go off the range and show you what happens when you put a flame to it. All right, so we went outside for this for obvious reasons. See if I can get this piece of paper to light. I don't want my hand anywhere near the gunpowder because it's going to burn probably pretty bright and pretty fast. All right, here we go. Real quick. It's going to go straight into the range trash. So you can see it's highly flammable, and the inside of the range is completely covered with that stuff. That's why you don't want to shoot steel jacketed ammunition in indoor ranges. I hope you guys enjoyed the demonstration of the 7.62x25mm cartridge out of this Polish Tokarev pistol. It's a cool pistol to have, and right now they're really affordable still at around $250. I was really kind of surprised that the commercial ammunition didn't make it through on the first attempt on the threat level 2A Spartan Armor Systems armor. I kind of expected it to make it through. I think it came probably fairly close, but it's hard to gauge just how close it came. The second round easily blasted right through it when hit in nearly the same spot. If I fired that cartridge out of something like a PPS-43 pistol or SBR, if you have one of those, it would probably have cleared the body armor. I didn't have any of the ammunition, I should say I didn't have any surplus ammunition to try out. If I ever get my hands on some more of it, I may give it another shot and see how it performs against the body armor. If you guys have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/military arms. Also, please come by, check us out on Instagram. And if you guys want to support the Military Arms channel, the best way to do that is to shop at Copper Custom, our online store. We have a lot of stuff in there at some really good prices. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.